I am going to tie for you an Alexandra. It's on a size 12 heavy wire hook. I've debarbed it. I'm going to start by laying down some uni black 6/0 thread. I'm going to take it back to the point of where the hook would be. Snip off our tag. The body of this fly is flat silver tinsel. So I've already got some silver tinsel prepared. So we're just going to get this guy tied in here. The tag on the fly is some scarlet floss. So I just took a piece out of my little scrap bucket. Catch that. Run that in there. Capture that like that. Get our tinsel out of the way. I'm just going to take a couple quick turns with that. There we go. Now we can snip off our extra. Set that back aside. This piece is going to be plenty, so I'll put it back in my scrap box for use later. The tail on the fly is peacock herl. So I've already pulled out, I just pulled out 3 pieces. I'm about a body hook in length. That looks good. Set these guys up here. Come around here, capture those. That looks good. The tail on this also calls for some scarlet duck feather, wing feather. So I'll snip out one side. We got our duck feather here. I'll snip out one side, lay it up here, soft wrap, looks good. Take our feather, trim out our other side. Set that up there. Capture that. Those look good. Now I'll go ahead and wrap this forward. The other materials are going to help build up our body. Alright, there we go. That tail looks good. And we'll go ahead and snip off all of our excess pieces here. Go ahead and finish wrapping those in, bind them down. Now we're going to come in here with our tinsel body. Just wrap that forward. I want to overlap those just a little bit better at the back. There we go. I've got this zoomed in as far as I could. A friend of mine in Scotland. I hope this is in far enough for you, John. I know our old welder eyes are a little wore out from time behind the hood. There we go. That looks good. We'll snip off our access there. Now this fly, the tag is black gamecock. So I've got some black here. I'll pull that off. The butt's lined up pretty nice. This fly's got a fairly long hackle on it, so I'm going to let it come back to about the back of the hook. Come in, catch those. Oop. Catch those. There we go. That looks good. What I want to do is a little bit of wax on my thread. Snip off the excess and throw that away. A little more wax. Make sure we have those captured nicely. Those look good. That looks good. I'm very happy with that. Now, the wing on this fly is peacock sword. So I've got some peacock sword that I was able to find, and I have to send some of this down south to a friend of mine. So Peter, I will get some of this sent off to you when I get your fly fishing bag done, my friend. Get our peacock sword pulled off here. Butts are lined up fairly decent. That's going to make a lovely wing. Come up here, take a soft wrap, a little tighter wrap. Yep, that looks good. Now, a little more wax on my thread. Bind those down just a little bit. Snip off our extra. These wings, this wing also calls for some scarlet duck. So I'm going to snip another piece out of my dyed duck wing. I'll get one up here. I'm sorry if sometimes you guys hear the dogs. They're quiet till I, start a video. Alright, that one looks good. Let's snip off another one for the other side. Set that up there, that looks good. Soft wrap. Oh yeah, that looks good. Pull it up, trim those guys off. Okay, that looks good. Now, get a little more wax on my thread here. Come down here to the hook eye so I can capture all those and start wrapping back up. I start at the bottom of the hook eye and wrap back because then the thread doesn't jump off of itself. That looks good. Now we're just going to come in here and put in a quick whip finish. Looks pretty good. Could have cleaned some of those off a little better, but the fish aren't going to care. If I were doing this for a sale or a display, I would clean it up just a little bit more, but the fish are going to tear it up. It's, this fly, I'll probably be able to catch, half dozen fish, and I'll be all set. I'll strip the hook and I'll tie another one. Now, one thing about this Ekich bobbin, when you're all done, because it's an automatic bobbin, just pull down on it and you heard it reset itself. So now I can go ahead and just put that back on my hanger. I'll take my Sally Hansen's Hard as Nails that I have in my bottle here. Sally Hansen to help lock everything in. That is your Alexandra. I'm happy with it. I like it. It'll catch fish. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos.